Salutations! I'm Becca, and this is Words Another Malarkey. And my dog is eating very loudly right now because we can't have a video without some kind of dog-related background noise now, can we? I'm super duper excited. I'm actually kind of beside myself right now because I kind of got tagged to do this book tag thing by like a booktuber whom I really admire, and that's Cat of Paperback Dreams. Now, she didn't tag me directly, she has no idea who I am, but I had commented on her video where she did the It's Finally Fall book tag, and I was just asking, like, is this a public tag? Because I didn't want to like overstep my bounds and be like, oh, I'll just do this thing. I don't know, like, I don't know what the culture is. I'm still learning. Like, sometimes it's like an invite only thing, or maybe I just think it is and it's not that exclusive. Anyways, point being, I asked, is this a public tag? And she said, consider yourself tagged. And I geeked out for a minute, and then I was like, now I gotta do it. I really loved it when I watched it because I love fall. If I didn't make that clear in the like fall TBR video, I really love fall. It's kind of ironic because, like, I love Halloween and stuff, but I'm not really a horror person. I actually can't do horror very much or very often. It just affects me. But I love thrillers, and I love spooky, and, you know, mostly I just love that the weather gets cooler and, you know, the leaves are changing, and you're getting to that end of the year, you know, holiday season anticipation. Yeah, fall is awesome. I love fall, and so I'm going to do the Fall Things book tag. No, wait, sorry. I called it the Fall Things book tag because I couldn't remember what it was called. It's called the It's Finally Fall book tag, and the origin of this is kind of a mystery. Not really, actually. The original creator is named Alina Milena, and the original video is private, so you can't like go watch the original, but the tag came from her and has existed for, I don't know, the past couple years or so, I don't know. But yes, I'm very glad that it exists because question number 1 is, in fall the air is crisp and clear. Choose a book with a vivid setting. And I tried to go for recent reads. I reached back a little bit on some of these, but this one is actually a book that I just read, or rather listened to. Talk about my listening experience with this one in another video, but it's Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. It's like the first of the series. I'll probably read or listen to the rest of the series. I did enjoy it. I have some qualms with it, but the one thing I can say about it is that the setting is pretty vivid. It takes place mainly in Prague. It's like a urban fantasy kind of book about a girl who was raised by monsters and who runs errands for this like monster guy who like has like a shop. It's hard to like describe without having to get into all the nitty gritty, but they're nice to her. They're like nice monsters, but there's like a war going on between them and another race, and it's just a whole big urban fantasy mess, you know, as these things are. It's kind of Angels and Demons-esque, but it's not like full-on Angels and Demons. It kind of just pulls from that kind of mythology and takes it in a very fantastic direction. Anyways, I liked a lot of what was going on there, and I liked a lot of the description. It was very vivid. The descriptions of Prague, and there's some scenes in other various locations because there's a lot of like going through portals and going to places. Like, everything was very descriptive. So question number 2 is, nature is beautiful but also dying. The beauty of the macabre. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. And I was trying to think like what I had read recently that dealt with loss or grief, and realized I had been sticking to pretty light stuff. So I reached really far back to high school and pulled out East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I'm pretty sure this was beautifully written from what I remember, and this was like a long time ago that I read it, so I could be wrong, but I do remember really enjoying it. You know, the subject matter was really heavy. I don't know if it was really like grief. There was some grief going on, but it was a lot of just like complicated character sadness and issues. So I could try to describe what it's about, but it's kind of hard to without like having a description in front of me. It's kind of like a modern Cain and Abel kind of deal. These two brothers, they kind of go two separate ways and have these two very differing lives based on like decisions that they made. I think they both end up in like California. during the time when people were moving out west a lot. You can see that I just really remember a lot about this book. That was solid. That was real. Hello. I don't want to play with you right now. So go away. Yes, love you too. Number 3, fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I actually had one for this, and this is really rare because I read nonfiction so rarely, and that is How to Influence People and blah 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 by Public Speaking by Dale Carnegie. It has a really long title, but basically it's how to influence people by public speaking. I did a video on this a while ago. It was a disaster, but that's okay because it did teach me some really good things about public speaking. It's a very it is entertaining. Like, he writes in a very conversational tone, but it's very much step by step. Here's how you get better at public speaking, and there's a lot of very useful things from that book that I tried to apply. Just trying to make this all about her. Like, she's literally standing right in front of the camera, throwing her head back with the toy. So yeah, that was cool. That was educational. Question number 4 is, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group you'd like to be part of. And I had a pretty good one for this one too, that I also did a video over, and that is Save the Date by Morgan Matson. And it's the siblings from Save the Date. Like, they're just, I don't know, they were all the whole story kind of centers around her wanting to have this nostalgic weekend with her siblings, the weekend of her sister's wedding, and it just, things not going according to plan. But they still really had a sweet sibling relationship, and they were she was the baby of the family, and she was 17, and the oldest was 30. So there was some age gaps, but they all just still connected and were really sweet on each other, and I thought that was really nice. Question number 5 is, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. I forgot to do this. Oh my god, I'll be right back. I totally forgot to do this beforehand, so I just grabbed the first things. This is quite the stack, actually. Here's a stack of fall-colored books, oranges and yellows, and I don't know if it's the best fall stack, but it's a stack, and there's some fall color spines. I wish they were better, but number 6 is, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein someone is telling a story. It was funny, I didn't even mean to, but I grabbed the 2 books that I was gonna choose for this. I think I'll go with Storyteller because it's a pretty easy one to choose for this, because it's a frame tale, it's a story being told about a storyteller. Very meta, yeah. I already did a video on this. Yeah, good one, very good one. But and kind of autumny. Number 7 is The Nights Are Getting Darker. Share a dark, creepy read. I prefaced with my whole fall obsession that I'm not a big scary person. I'm not a big scary story person, but I've read some creepy things, just not what you might expect. So for this one I chose The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I think I read this in high school and college and just really loved it. It's a classic novella, and it's up there with Frankenstein and Dracula, and I could have chosen Frankenstein because I've read it, but felt like that was almost too easy. And this one doesn't get talked about a lot, and how creepy it is. It's really it's really dark, and yeah, if you've never read, because Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde get referenced in pop culture a lot, but if you've never read the actual story and you like kind of classic creepy tales, go read it, because it is a great read, and it is, whew, I mean, it didn't keep me up at night or anything, it's not like that, but it does kind of give you some heebie-jeebies, so. Okay, number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold, rainy day. I don't know why I had a hard time with this one, and I still think I do, because I'm not really 100% satisfied with what I chose, but the book I chose is, hold on. I know the title of it, I just didn't look up the author's name. See, I'm a mess. This is what happens when I I don't practice my scripts. Right, okay. It's The Romantics by Leah Conan. I couldn't remember the author's name. This wasn't my favorite book. I read this a couple summers ago because I was looking for a light, fun read, and the synopsis sounded pretty cute. It's like a love story told from the perspective of love personified. So like it's kind of an entity that kind of is an omniscient narrator, and it explains like, it's almost like Cupid-esque, because it's like I know who's going to fall in love, but I have to set it up and I have to make sure they meet at the right time, and it's like, it just didn't pan out as well as I expected it to. It was just kind of cheesy and didn't really like give me a really great message about the nature of love. It just kind of felt like it was just playing on the idea of love at first sight and like fate or serendipity. I don't know. But what I can say about it is that it was cute and it was very lighthearted, and there were things that I liked about it. Number 9, fall returns every year. Thank God. Name an old favorite you'd like to return to soon. If I don't mention this enough, then here I go mentioning it again. Princess of the Midnight Ball by Jessica Day George. I have it. I want to read it again because I want to believe that it is as good as I remember it being. And I'm pretty sure it is. The whole trilogy is. But I do want to reread it just to make sure, and because like I'm definitely been in the mood for some fairy tale retellings lately, so would like to revisit that one. Number 10, final question on the list. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. Ooh. Well, I definitely like nice fuzzy blankets. I have a few that I'll bring out once it gets a little bit colder that are really nice for snuggling up on the couch at night. I call it the pillow thing. It's one of those, let me show you. I'm going off camera a lot. It's this thing, one of these things. I don't remember what it's called. It's like a laptop pillow. I don't know. You just put it on your bed or wherever, and like it props you up, and then you can like work on your laptop or read or whatever. And I use this all the time. It also kind of promotes good posture, and God knows I sit on the couch a lot, so that thing. And then my husky puppy, who, come here. You actually want you here. Come here. Yeah, of course, now that I actually want her in frame, she doesn't want to come here. Come here. Come here. You're not in trouble. Jeez, what? She wants me to throw the ball, so I guess you'll just have to imagine that happened. Yeah, that's embarrassing. My husky puppy, very snuggly, but also likes to be the center of attention, so will try to distract me from whatever it is that I'm doing, including reading. So it's good though. It's fine. It's great. That is it. That's the finally fall tag. And I tag anybody who likes fall and who wants to do this, because I don't know who to tag individually. I'm still meeting people and learning names, so but I am very, very honored to have been like tagged by my own request for this. So yeah, fall is great. Fall is the best, and I'm very excited for October because I've got some fun like Spooktober, whatever you want to call it, things planned. So tune in next time. In the meantime, keep it weird and read some fall books, or whatever.